So JJ, as your realtor, one of the things you need to decide on with your offer to purchase is, would you like a home inspection done with this transaction?
Home inspection? I got a buddy, Matt. He told me about these things one time. He's like this certified master inspector guy. He's excited about all this stuff. Chimney this, rough that, gutter that, water drainage this stuff. Who really cares? But I'm buying this thing. I better find out. He's got a video about this. Let's maybe go see what he's got to say in the video. He's like this helpful home inspector guy. I'm snazzing up his channel. Nope, that's not it. No, definitely not it. Oh, there he is. Oh, hey, how's it going? Matt, the helpful home inspector here. So it sounds like you're looking to purchase a house. Congratulations, that's awesome. And as far as purchasing a home goes, it can be a very complicated and stressful time. And you have a good realtor there working with you to help you through that process and stuff. And one of the things they're going to ask you about in your offer to purchase is your home inspection contingency as to whether or not you want to have a home inspection performed as a part of the transaction. Now, in my opinion, it's an absolutely crucial part of that transaction. It helps you better understand what you're looking at purchasing so that you can make some good, educated, and informed decisions about that property. But there's a little bit more to it. So let's kind of give you the basics of what a home inspection is. All right, so in the state of Wisconsin, as in every state, they have their own definition of what a home inspection is, and some states regulate it, some states don't regulate it. Here in Wisconsin, it's very regulated, and it's got a specific definition with it. So we're going to read that definition. As far as the definition goes, in the state of Wisconsin, a home inspection is a process by which a home inspector examines the observable systems and components of improvements to residential real property that are readily accessible. I know, kind of broad, right? So we're going to get a little bit more into the specifics of what a home inspection is and kind of explain that definition a little bit so you kind of better understand what that means. So during the home inspection process, your home inspector is going to walk around the outside of the house. They're going to inspect your electrical system, your air conditioner, they're going to look at your siding, your retaining walls, your gutters, your roof, your drainage. They're going to look at all that kind of stuff. Just a ton of things they're going to look at on the outside of the house, and they're going to look at even more things on the inside of the house, okay? Inside, they're going to look at your electrical system, your plumbing system, your windows. They're going to check all that stuff, all right? Now, as far as that goes, though, you got to know that the home inspector is going to find some things wrong with every single house. There is no such thing as a perfect home, okay? And with that understanding, you gotta pick and choose what things that you're like either okay with or you're not okay with. And if there's something that you come across that you're not okay with, you gotta know that absolutely everything in a home can be fixed. It's just a matter of what is it gonna take and how much is it gonna cost to get that thing fixed, all right? Now, if it's something that you're not okay with, then maybe you enter into a negotiating process with the sellers, and hopefully you can find a happy place. But your real estate agent will help you work through that process. So when it comes to these bigger issues, what we're talking about is the adverse defects. This is the term that everybody commonly uses. And these adverse defects are going to be the bigger things. They're going to be major safety or health risk. There will be major cost to repair a significant portion of the home, or they're going to be a function issue, which would render the home unlivable, extremely uncomfortable, or could result in damage if not corrected, okay? As far as those regular homeowner maintenance type of things, those smaller issues, that's a trip to Home Depot, hiring a plumber occasionally, it's hiring an HVAC technician occasionally. You got to go into home ownership knowing that there's going to be expenses that come along with it, and some of those you need to plan and budget for. Sometimes you'll have unexpected expenses, and those can be minimized by good maintenance and good taking care of your home. You'll be less surprised by those types of things popping up. But you got to go into this knowing that there's no such thing as a perfect house, and these things are common to find things wrong with a home. It's just a matter of whether or not these things are large of adverse condition type of things. All right, so as far as the home inspection goes, folks, a couple of things you got to understand. The home inspection is a limited process. There's limitations to what the home inspector can and can't do, what they're allowed to and what they're not allowed to do, and also what they're required to do, okay? But know that if they found something, if they saw something, if they observed a condition that you need to be made aware of, they're going to tell you about it, document it, take pictures of it, and put it in the report for you so that you can make some good and educated decisions about that property, all right? But don't go into this assuming they're going through with a microscope or some sort of x-ray vision. Just doesn't exist, all right? But if they have a way to identify a problem, they're going to do that for you. But know that there is a limited process that they have to go through, and they have limited time period to get that done. So you get my drift. They're not going to find absolutely everything. All right, so let's talk about your home inspector. Your home inspector basically is a generalist, meaning that they understand a lot about the different types of construction that goes on in a home, but they're not necessarily an expert in any one specific area, okay? So they're not an electrician. They may have been, all right, and now they're a home inspector, but not all home inspectors were electricians, okay? But home inspectors understand a lot about the different systems and elements of a home, and their real skill comes in with problem identification. So they can identify when something's not right, when something's goofy, when something's weird, when something's wrong with a system in a home. And that's really where their strength lies, okay? I compare a home inspector a lot of times to your general doctor. Your general doctor may say, yeah, I think you have a intestinal problem. I think you need to go see a GI specialist, okay? And that's because your doctor is not a GI specialist. They're not a specialist in understanding your intestines and how your gut works and all that kind of stuff. But the GI specialist, they're gonna be able to identify that. They're gonna be able to do scoping and all these other types of things to figure out exactly what's going on to better inform you about your health, okay? Now, a home inspector there is to refer you to people to help you better understand your home and what you're looking at purchasing. So while the home inspector may not be a furnace or HVAC technician, they identify a problem at the furnace, let's say short cycling or rust at your burners or rusted cracked heat exchanger. They may refer that for further evaluation by a furnace or HVAC technician to evaluate that system to determine whether or not the furnace is going to be functional or can be repaired, or worst case scenario, might need to be replaced, all right? But just because they aren't necessarily an electrician or an HVAC technician, they're gonna do a great job of identifying if there's a problem, all right? But they may need to call in a specialist of some kind. All right, gang, so when it comes to your home inspector, you gotta know that they're an impartial third party. They are there to identify the facts that exist at the home. Does this exist? Does it not exist? You know, that kind of stuff, all right? And as an impartial third party, they're not gonna benefit one way or the other by finding or not finding problems, all right? They're there to present you with the facts and in lots of cases educate you a little bit about the house. So where your shutoffs are and how to do this in the winter, how to do this in the springtime. But ultimately, you guys, their job is there to identify the adverse defects, the bigger issues at the home as they factually exist at the property, all right? They're not gonna help you with the negotiating process. They're not gonna tell you what to negotiate. They're not even gonna tell you whether it's a bad house or good house. And it's actually in Wisconsin against the law for them to compare one house to another house, all right? So even if they inspected multiple homes for you, they can't say that one's better than the last one or anything like that, all right? But know that they're gonna provide you with as much information as they possibly can. They're gonna put this all into an outstanding report that you'll be able to use to better understand the home and to make some educated and informed decisions about that property, all right? You guys, I can't stress enough, a home inspection is a very important part of this process. Understanding what you're purchasing and what you're buying is important, okay? And the last thing you want to do is to get stuck with some sort of money pit, all right? As far as the homes go, we've come across $500 problems on a regular basis, $1,000 problems on a regular basis, and we've even come across $50,000, $70,000, $80,000 problems at homes. And the last thing you want to do is be caught stuck holding one of those at the end of the day, all right? Have a great day, you guys. Thanks again for tuning into this process. Congratulations again on buying that new house. And if you have any questions, absolutely give us a jingle, all right? Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.
So, JJ, after seeing that, what do you think?
I think I got to get out of my mom's backyard. I'm living in a trailer out there, and I'm paying a buttload of cash for this little slice of heaven.
Hold on, JJ. I thought you were getting a loan. And your mom's making the down payment, isn't she?
Well, yeah, the bank's giving us the loan and all, and my ma, she's making the down payment. I mean, she was very encouraging of me moving out of the trailer in the backyard. Something about my Honda Civic always being parked on the grass all the time. I mean, Betty still needs a place to park too, a nice soft little place to land. I mean, she wasn't a muttering a couple weeks ago and won me a case of Bud Light. Hee-haw!
Well, okay. Well, let's get back to your offer to purchase.
Speaking of Bud Light, you think they got any?
JJ, this isn't our house, so no Bud Light.
Fine. All right, little lady, relax. Keep your britches on.
So do you want the home inspection contingency or not?
Well, yeah. You bet your britches I want that home inspection contingency. I ain't got a lot of money, and the last thing I need is something else in common with Tom Hanks besides my stunning good looks.
Are you referring to that movie, The Money Pit?
Yeah, the last thing I need is a biker gang coming and trying to fix up my place. Gee willikers.
Hey, JJ, every time I've seen you, you have no sleeves on. What's up with that?
Well, you got these guns, you can't contain them. Pew, pew.
All right, I'll get this off to the listing agents and sellers and see what they say.
Woo! Somebody's getting the house! Here! 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 Woo! Pew, 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 pew! Here! I need some oxygen now. Thanks for tuning into this episode of The Helpful Home Inspector, you guys. Remember, the better you take care of your house, the better it's going to take care of you. Congratulations again on buying that new place.